welcome to Born to be Wild. This is our campaign based on the campaign setting of The Explorer's Guide to Wildmount, written by Matthew Mercer for Critical Roles Campaign 2. My name is DarkInsanities. I am playing an idiot. Okay, that's not really accurate. Well, has a fairly low intelligence score compared to the rest of the party, except for the dwarf. A socially awkward tiefling called Pelaios. I exist on the Twitters at DarkInsanities. Hi Frici.
Hi, I'm Frici. I play Belanor, a fairly young elf who is always and very wrongly accused of being a pyromaniac. And
Wrongly.
I just am here as Frici and exist on Twitter as Frici_TV.
The underscore's very important. Hi Dave.
Oh, Jesus.
Good time to be dying on stream. Not.
Hi, I'm Dave, or itsDave, or it's Colossus on Twitter, because Twitter is mean.
I prefer it's Colossus. We should stick with that.
I play a dwarf who, how do I say this? I like to protect things. And attack things.
Mostly attack.
That's all I have to say today.
Hi Vixie.
Hi, I'm Vixie. I play Lisana, the Human Ranger, and exist on Twitter as RS VixieRose.
Does Vixie sound half a mile from her mic to anyone else, or is that just me? Might just be me.
Better.
That's better. Hi Rocky.
Hello, everybody. I am everything else in this world, much to the chagrin of some folks here.
Yeah, and mostly the ones who kept getting knocked out and otherwise rendered unconscious by everything else in this world.
Quite so, yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Right, we have Right, before I continue reading, because this gets very confusing, we're doing a thing where we're sort of moving the center of the thing. Hold on. The center of the organizational side of the stuff and the thing into the diversity Discord, for which I'm assuming a Discord link will momentarily show up in chat. Because I don't have one ready, so I'm sure someone somewhere has one ready. It'll show up eventually. And there's a category on there for a section on there for talking about stuff and things and stuff. You can tell how long I haven't changed this, but it still says episode roundups coming soon on these notes. So that's a thing. Last week's episode is up on YouTube. This episode will be up on Friday, but it will be up on the Diversity channel, which I don't have a link for either, but it's fine because none of these are on there yet, and so when we actually get on there, they'll be added to the playlist thing, which shows up in chat occasionally, and it'll be on Twitter and all of that and stuff and things. So that's the stuff, and when I get around to uploading everything again or something, there'll be the other older stuff will also end up on there. We're using the DnD Beyond overlay. It sort of shows up on the left hand. That was right of this. It shows up on my left hand side of the screen there, and that will show you stuff, assuming it updates properly. If you click on the names, you can also get to our character sheets, and if you do exclamation, then the name of any of the characters, it will also give you a very brief description. I should probably rewrite it at some point to be more offensive to the dwarf, and we'll give you a link straight to the character sheet there as well. We are using Roll20 for the main, on-screen stream view, all our maps, all our roles, all of that sort of thing. Yeah, when we're doing the actual gaming thing, there's no live alert, stream, noise, or visual clutter. We're probably going to completely ignore chat as far as verbal responses go, unless someone literally makes me break out laughing. It's highly contagious. But we will type responses when we feel like it. Rules are: number 1, the DM is always right. Number 2, players can try to change the DM's mind, but the DM is still always right. Number 3, viewers are not players and don't get to argue. And rule 4, this looks really weird, not just being bright white and being sort of faded lilac-y purple. Anyway, hi Rocky.
Hello, hello. What am I doing now again?
Everything.
Well, that's a given.
Imagine not knowing that. So, Rocky's first question of the day. How do we play this game?
Yes. Oh, well, please no. We've already gotten through that a fair bit already. The question is, what happened last time?
I think Tuesday happened last time.
Tuesday did happen last time. Last time we did have ourselves quite a interesting little situation where there was a little small raid on the caravan, and that was a big ol' mess where we had the Kryn dynasty attacking the caravan for, by the looks of it, the contents of the caravan. And who knows what the contents of that caravan was?
Drugs.
No, it was
Halflings.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to be paying attention.
halflings. Yes, there were the two halfling actors, Tim and Tim, the morale pals. And you got a little bit of an idea of about kind of what was going on in the war itself, sort of the purpose of these two halflings, and even sort of small limitations because they didn't exactly have enough, crew around in order to, get on a full little stage. So you have been invited to help perform part of this little scuffly skirmish. Just for fun. You've already been informed that there will be, fake weapons and little items to make things, more showy than not.
I'm only a little disappointed that I don't get to launch violence at... I can't remember who was ending up being victimized into playing the other side. No.
Well, it just happened to be that because we needed the even sides of it all, both Vakhuil and Belanor have been given costuming to look like a Kryn drow and a Kryn Duragar.
I'd never hit Dave anyway. AC of 90.
Yeah.
But I
So-
believe you were going around Blade Garden for a short little while before we actually were getting to the stage proper, weren't we?
Yes. I think we all did things, didn't we? I don't remember. At the end of...
I went drinking.
He went drinking.
Yeah, we did.
I remember sending a message. So I did that.
Quite so. That is pretty true, yes.
So I think we've done everything except for crippling embarrassment and shame.
Oh yes, that was entirely coming up, but eventually both Tim and Tim would go around to fetch you and sort of bring you to the backstage, where you would see that there was already a couple of other folks there, sort of done up quite heavily in makeup as well, in order to sort of fit the part. It seems like these two were, definitely had the supplies in order to look the part. They just give you sort of a bit of a nod and a bit of a grunt as they sort of go to their one side of the stage. Tim and Tim sort of look at each other. All right, well, the weapons are over there. You should be able to find things that are comparable to your own. They will be, non-lethal, so they'll just give it a good little pop. But for the most part, remember, this is comedic, light, banter, more shoving than whacking. So try to put on a little bit of a show,
Don't roll a natural 20.
Damages are adjusted for what's going on.
And I will still get knocked out in one.
Wouldn't natural 10 for you just mean that you're just hitting for once?
Ouch.
Fair. This is gonna be comedic because I'll never hit.
But don't worry, no one will ever hit you either.
Maybe I'll grab a weapon that has a plus 15 to hit.
Plus 15 to hit. You roll 1d1 for damage.
Essentially, all of your weapons and everything will be, all the rolls will be the same, but they will be translated as something more non-lethal and, you know, less damage-ish in order to draw out the more comedic things. Pretty much this is where you are allowed to show off a little bit more with various skills to more interactions thereof, because this is, you know, it's a comedic acrobatic stage mock fight.
Oh, for reference, this isn't actually D&D 5e. This is a fork of it Rocky's made where we swap hit points for dignity points.
Dignity dice. That's an interesting mechanic.
It probably
The
already
H-
exists somewhere.
The H in HP stands for hubris. In this instance.
So,
But- You would be told to sort of, you know, get on sort of the rest of your
spells
costume.
allowed?
If you are casting a spell, you are asked to, you know, have, if it is an offensive spell, to have a, you know, one of the focuses which translates it to something non-lethal.
I should probably pick up one of those then.
Okay, I need a shield that makes it so I don't do lethal spells.
All right, you should be able to find a shield with, as you see, sort of, you know, sort of darker-ish symbol, emblem sort of deal. So.
Do my spells change? No, my spells would stay the same.
Your
That's too
spells
bad.
stay the same, yeah.
I more meant the look of it wouldn't change.
Nay. But eventually you would be shuffled off. The Kryn side will be going stage right, and the wow, I am forgetting an entire name of a faction right now.
Dwendalian Empire?
The Empire's side, thank you. The Dwendalian side will be stage left. But speaking of stage, and the small little crowd in the seats thereof,
There's actually okay.
Yep.
He's actually a map for this. Nice.
why wouldn't I make a stage? Come on, you kind of, I mean, if you follow when I stream, you actually, oh, 1 second here, gotta love getting a message.
Wait, we're supposed to pay attention when you're streaming? Whoops. Also, is it just me, or have I accidentally muted the wrong tab? Nope. We don't have any music, I think, or I'm very confused.
There's
You
no
muted the
music
wrong
yet.
tab.
Alrighty.
Unless I have music from something else, because I do have music.
It thinks it's playing audio, and the tab isn't muted.
I could start it and stop it again, because every once in a while it likes to hiccup, so just tap tick.
No, I can hear it. It is just very quiet.
Yes, it is just a
Okay.
very soft bit of music, nothing too loud.
Okay, that's me then.
idle
That's
talk.
fine.
I'm refreshing because I still don't have music.
Bravo.
Yeah, it was quite quiet anyway, and I hadn't quite
Because
noticed.
why would things like to work?
My headphone balance dial was still skewed in favour of Discord as well, which made it that much quieter for me.
That may also do
Doesn't
it.
help.
Just let me know when you got the music, because I will actually be changing the music in a second here.
I'm good. I love how
Now I am.
I love how Frici and Dave's friends don't even get names. It's like at least there's 4 named characters on our side.
Well, they didn't address themselves. You know, they probably didn't want to, you know, identify themselves in this slightly embarrassing role.
That's fair.
Given that, you know, this is all Blade Guard and stuff here.
That's fair.
One moment I have to go deal with a telemarketer who wants to call at an inopportune time, so we will be half a tick here.
Okay.
Ask him if he wants to join the performance.
Alright, gotta love those little interruptions here there. Yeah.
Before, I feel like, did I say at the end of last week that I would end up using Disguise Self to change my appearance before I actually went on stage? Because I remember I was thinking about it and I don't remember if I said it.
You can if you like.
I did that before we went on stage to basically make me look nothing like myself. In a vaguely imposing mage sort of figure based on whatever I may have seen in my travels and sort of in the general style of the other costumes.
Of course, and
not a tiefling, a human, because Empire, and we all know how human the Empire is.
Looking like an imperial mage.
Yeah, not duplicating any particular one person, just pulling from whatever features or whatever I've seen. I've spent time in Sadash and Rex and Tremor, so I've seen people from both those places, etc.
And the various bits of propaganda as well, probably too.
Yeah, etc., etc. Before I came anywhere on stage, for reasons.
All right. Well, it is time for the play.
Oh no.
Did you cast Mage Armor?
I used a spell slot for that already on the basis that I've been casting it every morning, as standard, until I decide I'm not anymore.
That's fair.
Well, this is about standard for my initiative rolls then.
See that?
Motherfucker!
I didn't click my sheet, by the way.
Neither did I. I did earlier, but it switches every time we switch in. And I forget where to click.
You know, one of these days I'm gonna... No, I've had one good initiative roll this entire game so far. I think. Maybe 2.
I think I had a single one this game. And it was on the turn, it was on the fight I almost died.
Yeah, seems reasonable. I had one good initiative roll, which was... Oh no, I had a good initiative roll when we were fighting the Poison Warrior, but I was surprised my first turn, so I died anyway.
All right, long initiative list, but as
Fuck is
almost
all
like
of
it was
these numbers?
all these numbers are the initiatives for the individual other side of folks.
If it was
you
a
know?
D10, I'd be doing really well.
Right?
Start of the initiative is Vakhuil.
It's fine.
Wait, what?
It's fine, he's literally too far away enough to reach any of us.
Well, I mean, you crit your initiative.
No one rolled higher than you. Is it? Literally too far away to actually do anything. Well, anything melee. I don't know.
I'm supposed to play the evil guy, right?
You're
Yeah.
playing the Kryn side.
You're Kryn Filth. They tried to kill us.
You currently have yourself in a way too oversized, ruddy red back, sort of red-black beard. Just with a very dour look on your face because you're having to play the opposing side. Which
Well-
they said was a good look for you. Keep that look.
Well, Lisana might like me a little bit less after this. Drop.
Oh, wow. Yes, Lisana. Vakhuil is, casting command on you in order to make you drop prone. Give, a wisdom save versus his, spell DC, which is what?
Hey, you know I'm casting a spell on you, by the way. Oh, that saves.
Never mind.
You were saying?
Yeah, the word would resound and it would echo. You would feel your knees kind of buckle a little bit, but it was like, this is Vakhuil. It's not that strong against your own mind, and you were able to push past it.
It's my life. That's it. That's it. That's all I can do. And by the way, Rocky, that's not to drop to the floor. That's to drop your weapons.
Ah, oh yes, the
I didn't
drop.
have any
Oh,
equipped
that drop.
yet.
Yeah, no, nothing drawn yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Plot twist, he accidentally yelled it in Dwarvish, which Lisana didn't speak and wouldn't have understood anyway. That would have been
Alright.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
Can we make that canon?
I think it's probably too late for that now, but that would have been hilarious.
Kinda, yeah.
All right. So Tim and Tim will look to each other, bump each other's shoulders. Tim will rush forward. Tim will hop right behind.
Can't believe you managed to roll with exactly the same initiative for both of them. That's just fucking luck.
Right.
That's just fucking lucky.
It is quite lucky. Tim will prop his shield out so that it is horizontal. Tim will hop up on the shield and then hop over using Vakhuil as a stepping stone to get behind.
That's just rude.
Dude, yeah.
And then I'm going to need a strength. I'm going to need an athletics check from you, Vakhuil, as the two then get their shoulders in and go to, shoulder press you from each side.
Athletics, you said?
Athletics, I said, but it will be opposed with their combined athletics.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not good enough.
Never mind.
Not good enough.
Pretty
yeah.
good. Never mind.
And the two will look at the audience and say, "The Empire puts the squeeze on the crin." And Vakhuil, that puts you as you are restrained, so you are not able to move.
I mean, he wasn't moving much before anyway, but...
Well, now he's been set in place. Lisana, it is now your turn.
I can
going
still
to
see
move
people, right?
Here.
Yeah, why?
Just wondering.
I mean, they are halflings. They're shorter than you.
Is that even allowed?
Yes, they're small.
Player's Handbook, page 200. No one is ever shorter than Dave.
Anyway, I'm going to draw one of the swords and attack.
Well, you need to be a little bit closer to attack since swords melee.
That must be one long sword.
Mm-hmm.
No, short sword.
I don't
Short
like
sword
this.
for a short guy.
Yeah.
All right. Roll damage. All right. It is half as much damage because this is just a non-lethal pokey bap sword, and this is fake.
So 4 damage.
Yeah, 4 as you are given a little bop of a poke with the short sword. Alright, let's see. So the Dark Dwarf will take their steps and go to raise up one of their hammers to give a bop on the back of Tem's head, and with a sort of very gruff, very accurate sounding accent. The Empire is just a force who wishes power, no equality.
I'm just gonna turn around and say in Dwarven, me cool?
Tem will see that coming, duck under, and sort of point a sword at him. Oh, the only bully here is you dark dwarf fellow.
Is anyone else
Picking on the little
wondering
guy.
whether Rocky voiced Chip and Dale?
Is he using his reaction to insult him?
Oh no, that's just a free action insult.
Okay.
Since this is
Okay.
fun and play sort of deal. Mr. Nito.
I quietly just smile to myself because it's about to be very funny, and to me anyway. Maybe not to Dave. And I will cast, using, for want of a better way of putting it, the normal whatever spell words, but also just pad it out because it sounds fancier. Very theatrical, whatever. Chaos Bolt straight at Dave.
I don't like this.
Suddenly you're popular.
Actually, wait, what's the range of that? Yeah, it's 120 feet. Yeah, I can definitely reach Dave from there. So I will
You
do...
can say anything with that.
Yeah, pretty much. If I can see it, I can shoot her. Motherfucker.
Except
You were
can't.
saying?
Yeah. It's like, we knew
The
this was going to happen. Like I said, I'll never hit Dave, he'll never hit anyone, and I'll never hit him. Yeah.
The whirling, whistling bolt. It seems to be that it's a little weird to handle with this strange other focus, and as it hits Dave's armor, it just explodes in a shower of sparks and glitter. An over the top special effect.
I approve. And... Ooh. No, I'll save that. Where's the button? There's the button. End my turn.
Belanor, the dark elf, is allowing you to go before it.
I assume I have a way to only warm them up and not roast everything in the stage.
I mean, you have
You
your
know-
special focus.
Yeah, the special non-lethal focus.
Frici has suddenly
what I'm
added
asking.
Fireball to his collection since the last stream.
Not yet.
Sadly, I haven't. However, and that's bound to fail, but I think for this turn, this enough? No wait, this would be enough. What's the range again? 5
Range
feet.
of what? Oh, what? Melee? Or what are we
No,
talking?
of a flaming sphere.
Oh, yes, I have to.
Like
It takes up its own 5-foot space. So let me get you your little ball.
It's probably a good thing it's not Fireball, because I'm fairly certain that would also kill half the front row of the audience.
Potentially, yeah.
You know, it might not go down so well in a military armed to the teeth city primarily full of orcs and half-orcs.
Yeah, not the best idea there. But yeah. Belanor will be creating a fancy
There you are, flaming sphere right there.
flaming sphere that he will then be. That formation is not good. Well, as a bonus action,
We quite like it.
I can. Yeah, you quite like it. I guess as a bonus action, I can bump them a bit with it. So that's what I will be
Let's
doing.
see. You make it in a space. Anything that ends its turn within 5 feet must make a save. Yeah. And yes, you can. Yeah.
Actually,
And as a bonus action, you can move it, and if it bumps, must make a save against the damage.
You're on top of him?
It has to be adjacent. Adjacent.
yeah, I moved it a bit too far. Relax.
All right, so
That's
Diagonal
your excuse
or-
now. That's
yeah.
your excuse.
That's gonna hurt me, Lisana, and
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, anything within 5. Let's see. I think it was the start or the end. Give me a check. Blah blah blah. That ends its turn within the sphere must make a save. So you can move away from the sphere at least.
but I can't move.
Yeah,
yes.
You've got till your end
But-
of your
Oh
next
yeah,
turn to-
you. I forgot that you grabbed. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he can move
Okay.
next time if he wants to.
Well, he'll have to make an opposed check to try to break free.
I mean, if he really tries.
That's
If he really wants it, I'm sure the universe will give him what he wants.
I'm sure, but we'll
Fine.
see. So,
I'll
gonna
leave
try
it
to
there,
bump it
then.
against Tem, I see.
and we'll be bumping it against them. Yes.
That is an 11.
That is not enough.
All right,
I think.
roll it.
Rip.
Ooh. Yeah. Where's the thing?
Okay, let's see. Yes, so that will be only 3, just because, you know, non-lethal, letting this
Yep.
drag out for a bit more.
Rocky, how does that flaming sphere look with the focus he just used?
With the focus, it's sort of like that sort of weird, wispy, almost looks like plasticky paper kind of after effect, but, you know, you can still feel the heat off of it. Like I said, you know, it's a little overdone, and it's got sort of every once in a while that little firecracker crack. You know, just so it's visually stunning. But you know it's definitely a fake. It's not full potential.
No.
And Tem will just sort of bat it in arm. Oh, things are heating up. Things are heating up. Any movement, Belanor?
Sorry, those mates came in. Actually, yes. Actually gonna position here. Which should be enough.
Oh no. I don't like that.
Yes, it is enough. And I will be heading there.
It just sort of feels like you're lining up for an everything in a 5-foot width and like 900 feet in front of you sort of attack.
There we go. Now I can end my turn.
All right. The other Elfie. Will run by, whispering something to his companion as they go. Vakhuil and Lisana, you can give me some perception checks. You're not quite able to hear, but it seems to be that, you know, this looks like a fun little coordination that they're probably going to be working on very, very soon. So, you know, something that's probably, you know, just encouraging each other. But you weren't able to quite pick up what was said. And Vakhuil just, you're kind of pressed a little bit. There's this flaming, crackling sphere. You got bopped in the head with a sword. It's a little chaotic.
Lol.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, fine.
This seems fine, yeah.
And the dwarf, the dark elf, will also pull out a little short sword to try to give Tim a little bop as well.
Get booped.
+7.
Apparently. +7's nice. You know, for you guys.
And they're able to make another quick strike with it again.
That's funny.
Ah! Coward ganging up on the little guy!
Like,
There's...
everyone there's tiny except Lisana, pretty much. That entire center of the stage is tiny.
I'm gonna say,
Well,
yeah.
you know, little funny things as folks, you know, like, you know, they said, funny little banter. Anytime one of Tim or Tim says a line, there's some chuckles and laughs from the crowd.
Well, that's good, anyway.
But Quilo, you are currently restrained. You can either use your action to try to break free of this restraint, or just bop one of the little, bop somebody on the head.
You can't really call them little guys at this point. They're approximately the same sized guys when it's Dave.
Well, Tim and Tim are only about like 3'6", maybe.
Well,
That's
3-ish?
within
Since-
half a foot of him,
since,
more or
since
less.
since this didn't work on Lisana, he's now gonna try and annoy someone else. What was the keywords again?
I mean, you don't have to use the keywords. It's just has to.
Yeah,
be
it's just
it
a,
has to be a
yeah.
single word
Mhm.
instruction. They're just
Yep,
examples.
single word. Yep. Those ones are just easy, simple examples to get the mind going.
No.
So be creative. Be creative.
I'm gonna look the human in the eye
Mm-hmm.
and yell kneel.
All right, Lisana.
that-
There's that strong word
No,
again.
No, this human.
Ah,
Oh,
the incognito boy. Okay.
Oh, this is
so,
going to go well. What am I,
Wisdom save.
what am I rolling against?
Pelaios. Wisdom
oh.
save.
Yeah, I want to know what I'm rolling against first, though, just so I can see how bad it is
Just-
straight away.
Just an 11.
Wow!
You see, this is what I mean with this fucking game.
Well, you don't have a lot of charisma to beef up that, you know, stat bonus. To try to get that high, you know, bonus to your spell DC. You need some oomph in there.
Lol.
Yeah, well, my hit is fucking high, and I still don't hit anything, so that clearly doesn't work either.
Well, no.
Hmm. A standstill.
Bonus action. I have bonus actions, don't I?
Maybe.
Yes.
Can't cast 2 spells as on
That
one
is
turn, can you?
correct.
No.
Yeah. Unless one of them is a cantrip, which paladins do not get cantrips.
Rip. And it would have to be a bonus action cantrip even so, which, again...
Yeah, no, I got nothing then.
All right, Tim and Tim. Well, let's see. Given how they got the squeeze on you right now, let's see.
Is Tim not gonna move out of the fire?
Well, as long as they're, end turn from it, they can, but we'll see what's done specifically. So, yeah, they're both going to bring up their little swords, and let's see. Yeah, so twin blades of justice will come down on the Kryn, and will go to bop you.
I was really hoping that was going to be a 20.
That will pop on the armor, and as for Tim,
It's a stage made of wood. Is Frici going to burn the place down?
well, that's why it's safe.
I'm disappointed.
No.
Safe people. I mean,
And then Tim, seeing sort of as like, ooh, might as well get out of the kitchen, get a little hot in here, and will take a step off to the side. Yeah, that's same team, so we're fine here.
Does that mean I'm not restrained anymore?
Yes, because they are no longer pinched on either side, you are no longer restrained.
that's a shame.
Leaves Lisana to your turn.
Okay. Can I vault over Vakhuil to the other side of that one and
Ooh.
try to bop it on the head with the short sword?
So you're wanting to try to get over Vakhuil in order to, well, you need to get to a free space, so you could vault over Vakhuil to try to get to the space next to the elf if you wanted, but not over
That's
both.
fine.
Rocky,
That's fine.
can I use my reaction to try and pull her down?
Well, let's see how the acrobatics goes first. If it's
you might
poor
not
enough,
have to try.
then you might not need to. But we'll see how that goes.
Oh.
Yeah, I fell miserably.
Okay.
Feet get tangled in his beard.
Vakhuil, you are actually able to grasp her as she vaults, so you can put her in what square you wish.
I'll put her right here.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's see. I think that would have only been about half your movement for that. So if you'd like to still move somewhere else, so you're not next to the fire, that's up to you.
You will provoke.
Can I just move back to the same space that I was in?
You can just make a step there, yes. However, that will provoke from the little dark dwarf who will swing at your side. Alright, so 5 damage from that opportunity attack.
That's sizable.
Got lucky with the crit, but
Reasonable.
But once it gets to this dwarf's turn again, you see their hand go lax. And there is a bit of silence as that little soft hammer hits the stage. And then there is a hiss from him, a growl, as you see all of a sudden a thrumming blade in his hand from nowhere as he goes to stab Tem.
Wait, what?
Huh?
I think this is what could best be called an assassination attempt. Did the +7 not clue anyone else into this?
And you hear an actual scream of pain from Tem as the blade slices by and thrums. And you see blood. Actual blood. Spilling from Tem.
Right now, we only know this guy's evil, right? We don't know this guy's evil.
I mean,
That is correct.
You don't know the guy on the right's evil either necessarily. He hasn't done anything.
Well, you
actually
now know
hostile.
some. You see blood, and Tem look at him just in surprise.
Can I?
At this, it's like,
Let me ask you something. Did I hear him whisper, or did I not hear him whisper at all?
you did not hear him at all.
Okay.
Basically, there is nothing to suggest the guy behind Tem is currently evil to anyone.
Where are the weapons?
They have a thrumming blade of
No.
force.
No.
Oh.
Where are our weapons?
Oh,
Your
our real
weapons.
ones.
Are in the backstage.
Yeah.
Question.
Answer.
Given that I was sort of just using disguise self and all of that, I have no real reason to have ever put my real weapons down. I've just been using a different focus.
Correct.
So can I make the argument that my weapons are not backstage, because they're not really physical weapons as such?
No, you could have just stashed it in your cloak.
Cool, I totally
Did
did.
the same, ironically enough.
Because our weapons are not really, physical things.
Yeah. My
I mean,
focus
don't get
is
me
just
wrong,
on
Lisana and
having
Vakhuil are
clothes.
both Lisana and Vakhuil are both fucked, but
Oh, not exactly.
wow.
Lisana is able to stash their whole bow in their quiver.
Oh, fine.
Yep.
It's just the dwarf who's dead, then that's fine.
The dwarf.
Good
If-
thing
depending-
several of us know cure wounds.
Yeah. We'll see.
What
But
level,
yes,
what level do we get any
new
form of
situation.
resurrection spell? 9, I think.
A long while.
Sometime next year.
That said, new development.
Have I actually noticed this from where I am?
Oh, yes,
I
you
mean,
would have seen
We're
the.
hearing the
you would have
screaming
seen-
and the blood and all that.
Screaming
Yep.
and blood, yes, you've probably noticed.
Quite.
I just sort of go, like pretty much literally just, and why do I feel like that guy's really going to be very hard to hit?
Can we just remember that this entire crowd are soldiers?
They have never all been described as soldiers, can I just point out? They've just been
That is
described as
correct.
the audience. I mean, this is not a city literally full of soldiers, because otherwise there'd be no one to pour you drink.
It is a mix of soldiers off duty in their, basic armor. Pretty much, this is just something for them to watch and be entertained by. They don't have any weapons or armor upon them.
Fuck me.
No help is coming.
Well, yeah, that's what's happening.
At least not any time.
know.
Not any time in the next 12 seconds or so.
Was I able to use my free action before his turn
For
to shout, "Can someone grab a guard? This is real."
oh yeah, you can definitely have done that.
Okay.
Well, actually, yes. Yeah, you could have realized that we're not playing here. Someone get a guard, and that will. At the end of the round, we'll see the response.
I'll just cheer. It's fine. A +7 might actually be able to hit Dave. Now he's drawn all that attention to himself. Let's see. I was just thinking about what spell to use, and then we got distracted by working out that we're all fucked. There's no help's coming. Oh yes, and I was thinking that the person who has a +7 to attack rolls is probably quite hard to hit.
Mm.
You never know. Could be a rogue. Or a warlock.
I mean, yeah. Dexterity scored 22. I will. Cast Shadow Blade. Bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And do that thing where Shadow Blade appears, and then I'm going to launch it straight at the impolite person.
We don't know he's evil. We don't know he's evil yet.
Well, that's his. That's going to be their assumption.
Like, we know this guy's evil. He's the one who just stabbed
No.
Tim, isn't it? No,
No,
wait.
no,
it's
it's
him. Oh. Sorry, that's my bad. I'm getting them mixed.
Yes, the dwarf with the dagger of force.
Okay, no, that's fine. They're
That
both models.
was a lot of pinging on there.
Bing. Which means I don't have direct line of sight. So, okay, I may end up taking that back, but
You might just need to slide to the left.
yeah, I'm just trying to work out the actual sight lines. If I go up here, I don't want to do that because I'm going to get shot. That gives me line of sight, doesn't it?
Pretty good line of sight. Yeah.
I launch it at his face.
Right. Let's get that attack roll. The 15 will connect as that sort of energy comes up, and you sort of see him grit his teeth, and a little blood come from
And
his
this
nose.
is real. This is a real attack this time. Obviously, I'm using my real stuff now, so that's actual 10 psychic damage.
And he breathes hard and just sort of looks at you and just like.
Also, that's a perfect 8. Yay! I scored something. It wasn't a 20, but I'll take it.
Hey, it's good damage.
Yeah. That's bonus action, and some. How much movement was that? Where was I starting? It was there, wasn't it? I will
Quite, yeah.
move back there and end my turn.
Belanor.
You can visibly see Belanor grumble by the fact that things are turning fun, but everything is good in here. So he will begrudgingly be attacking this guy by creating an ice knife
Oh boy,
Actually,
ice
no.
knife.
that can hurt them.
Ooh, yeah, the explosion
Yes.
of the ice after.
It will explode. Frostbite doesn't explode,
No, it doesn't.
so we'll still be going with freezing this guy, but I'll be giving him a slight frostbite. Which is this one?
All right, let's see. DC 13. Ooh, 10. So he will take that 5 frostbite E.
Oh, we're hurling.
This is what happens if you don't use fire, Frici.
That, by the way, was the end of my turn.
Yes, well, you will see the hands of the elf, the sword will drop, and out will flip another one. And with a turn of the blade, something will drip from the new blade
good
itself.
poison.
It's fine, it's my fault. I'm distracting Rocky with arguments.
Can we remove the flaming sphere thingy now? I mean,
You can
probably
drop
still be
concentration
there,
on
but-
it.
Yeah, you can drop concentration on it at any point.
Hmm.
Yes, but it's not the flaming sphere, that's what I'm saying. But yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Yes, there will be a stab towards Tim with this blade dripping with some form of liquid.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
You what?
I should not be drinking during that roll.
That's for sure.
Was that a
It's-
death completely or just an unconscious?
That's an X.
Due to that is an X. Due to the amount of damage done,
Oh,
it
wow.
is a death.
That's straight over his maximum damage, maximum HP through death, innit? Rip.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Tom.
And then we'll turn towards Tim and make another stab.
Why am I not level 7 yet?
Because we're only on
And that
episode,
one
like,
will
9.
miss, as Tim is a bit more wary about what's going on and is very panicked. But
If it was level 7, I would have taken the hit. Oh.
We'll get good then.
all right, and we will see how much of the crowd rushes off.
I'm glad that's not damage.
The rest are
As-
just watching?
It's sort of like, they have not evacuated. Folks were rushing by and they haven't been able to move because of other folks running.
Okay.
Stampede.
So that's how much have yeah. So that's how
GG,
much
Dave,
have been
you
able
called a
to.
stampede.
Yeah.
Caused a stampede.
Vakhuil.
Yeah.
Yeah, your turn. I'm just querying.
I'm thinking.
That explains it.
In big important decisions with this new development.
Can we hide the spear considering it was just a prop that now probably rolled away?
Well, if you would like to dismiss the sphere, you can on your turn.
How that works.
I'm gonna whisper down my robe. I'm gonna whisper this to Rocky because I want to know if it even happens.
Oh boy.
Dum. Everyone's just whispering stuff to Rocky today.
A fair bit, yeah.
I'm just busy trying to obnoxiously work around the rules as far as possible. Though if he'd said yes, it would have been really funny. Rule 1 beat Rule 2 that time. Dave's whispering stuff. No doubt Frici and Vixie are whispering stuff as well.
Not yet.
Mostly they're just
Okay,
saying
okay.
whatever Dave and Oro or Dark whatever whispering to ignore it.
Preferably the one next to me so he doesn't have to come out of hiding.
You see a small little dragon head poke up out of the robe, look around, sees the blade, gives a sniff, and just looks at you and just shakes its head and just ducks right back in your robe.
Fuck!
That's hilarious.
He's still just a baby. Be nice to him.
You have no idea how old he might be 300 years old.
Considering he was playing with feathers like a cat, I'm still gonna say he's fairly young.
I mean, 300 years old is young for a dragon.
Valid.
Okay.
I realise it's a fake dragon, but
mean, if
I'm
you're
gonna,
dragon, it's still a dragon.
I'm gonna grapple this guy.
All right, opposed athletics.
Plot twist when it turns out these two were in one of the other carts. Entire away from Grimgalair.
It has been grappled.
Can I
Successful.
also drag him away?
It will be half movement for dragging.
Can I drag him past Lisana and cause reaction?
No, because that is forced movement. Forced movement does not do
Okay.
attacks of opportunity.
Though if you were to stop next to Lisana, she'd be able to attack him on her turn. Which is before it has a chance to escape.
I'm gonna move over here and have him over here.
All right.
So, yeah. And that's my turn.
All right. Let's see. How will the fear-stricken Tem react at this point? Let's roll wisdom for this. Okay, sensibly.
21. That 21 merely gets you a sensibly. What was the DC for brilliantly?
All right. Tem will disengage and run towards stage right.
Which way stage right? That way.
The right of the stage.
Yeah, but from which angle? I can
provoke-
never remember which way round it goes.
Stage right is from the audience's point of view.
Okay. You know, I did drama in school for like 5 years. I have some sort of qualification on a piece of paper somewhere for it. You'd think I'd know this by now, right?
Mm.
No.
Is the right
And
answer.
that is all Tem will be able to do. Just get
Can
out
he
of range
dash?
of that. No, he had to action disengage.
He didn't have to, but he could have died instead. wouldn't he?
Tem is not a rogue.
Mhm. He just looks like it because he's got the polystyrene daggers in his hand.
Exactly.
Polystyrene is now canon in Blade Garden.
Okay, I want to cast Dreadful Strikes and then pull my bow.
You can pull your bow for free. Dreadful Strikes is just a bonus, and that still leaves you your action. And move.
And then I'm going to step there and then aim at the one 2 squares away from me.
Yeah, that's two.
They're both 2 squares away from you.
The other one's technically 3 squares away.
Diagonals are a thing.
Fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one
The
towards
the
right.
dwarfy one. Gotcha.
The one that killed Tim. Or the one that attacked the other Tim.
The one that started up.
Yes, that.
All right. Well, at 12, they will be able to sort of bring up their blade of force with a flourish and smack your arrow from its trajectory.
Fair.
Not really.
Just give another growl and a grunt.
And I believe that's all that I can do.
Again,
And
it's
you
a dark
see-
turn. It's really confusing.
All right. Shall I change their names then?
Yeah, call one of them Bill and one of them Ben. It won't be confusing at all, man.
There we go. And you will see this Duergar shudder, and you will actually witness him double in size.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Well,
Snap.
Give a glance at you, Lisana, but turn and take steps towards Tem.
Can I yell for Tim to run?
It's kind of what he did before, but this Duergar will now be bringing down a much larger blade of force down onto Tem.
Oh, this should go well.
We couldn't save him.
He might survive. He might. I mean, he's only taking 12 damage. It's probably fine.
Yeah, unless he has.
No, never mind.
Yeah.
you were saying?
As it comes down, cutting open with a spray of blood, as the large Duergar now looks at Belanor with a grunt. Mr. Nito.
I can't technically use a Shadow Blade attack to literally just knock someone unconscious, can I? Because it's just going to do direct, well, in this case, brain damage. And it would just outright...
You can always deal you can always tune the subdual for your spell. If you wanted to.
So
just
I can,
knock-
I
yeah.
can use that to
Every-
just try and knock him out if I want to.
Yes,
Mhm.
everything in the game can be non-lethal, except kill.
Okay.
Certain things are a bit more difficult to do non-lethally.
Powered kill. But I only knock them out.
You do. Permanently.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. I'm gonna do that then. Well, I'm gonna launch the blade straight at. I suppose technically bonus action to resummon it first because I launched it last time, but we're sort of implicit. There's nothing else I'm doing in my bonus action. And launch it straight at the one that the dwarf is currently holding.
Is that an advantage?
Because it's grappled? Question mark? What does-
Grappled, it's restrained. That means it just can't move. It's not, incapacitated because of it.
Attack rolls
So-
against the creature. Restrained says attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
It's not restrained. It's
Is
grappled.
it grappled then? Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, it's just a straight
grappled.
roll then. You said restrained for a moment there. You're being very confusing.
Yeah, sorry. Just grappled there, but
he said
restrained,
he said
was
restrained
from before. I said restrained for Dave because he was being done on two sides.
Giggity. 14.
14 will not do it.
I yell at the dwarf. Could you hold him slightly tighter?
No.
That obviously I have movement, but actually, yeah, no, I'll stay where I am.
Eleanor.
Okay, so this state. Yeah, this state, I think. Can I slash at him and run away without him attacking me?
He is
Disengage.
hostile.
Thinking.
Can he? Can Belanor disengage?
If he uses a action to disengage,
Then you don't
Yes.
get your attack.
then he doesn't get his action. Yes, you have to use an action to disengage.
Not a
to
rogue.
not
You don't
provoke.
get you don't get your fancy rogue running fuck away stuff.
Yeah, it's what I'm thinking. At which
You need to
point-
get the fuck out of there.
Exactly. This is exactly what I have in mind. That I need to get the fuck out of here. And move. Where can I move though?
Closer to me, preferably.
Is what I was thinking. Yeah.
How much movement does?
Something like.
Can you drop concentration on that first?
Yes, actually, that should happen.
Can I have said something on my turn, I suppose, to the effect of we should try and take one alive? Preferably not the giant one. I feel like I sort of suggested that with could you hold him a little tighter, but I'm going to sort of say that I said that as well. In case it wasn't obvious, but...
I mean,
Just realize that Vakhuil's
You
dumb
can-
as fucking. He doesn't realize that's you.
Yeah, that. Also, they're still barely damaged, if damaged at all, so there's time to
That's-
say that still.
That's fair.
yeah, this
Lisa-
guy is very
actually, that's
damaged.
pointless. I mean, you could question whether any... Lisana would definitely know that was made because she'd assume we changed because we were together behind the scenes at that point. The others of you ought to know. Anyway.
So I guess I.
Again,
that's what I can
pointing
do,
out what Dave said.
Fair.
which means ending my turn here.
Okay.
It's an actual
And
Durgar and oh, good.
There will be a hiss from the drow. As it will raise its blade and stab at you, Vakhuil.
No.
And it gets to stab again.
Ow.
No, and ow.
Double checking something right quick. One moment.
Can
You
you,
have-
even attack
you have-
in grapple state?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
You just. It's just, can't move.
Speed becomes 0, it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Condition ends if etc, etc, but there's nothing about not being able to attack.
Alright, 5 damage, and you're resistant to poison, right?
Yep.
Then you'll only be taking half of this.
So I take 5 damage.
And then another 5 damage
Okay.
from the poison after it's reduced.
10 damage in total. Okay.
And then... Yeah. And then with its free hand, it will just flick it out, and then the area goes dark.
Oh, good. So I can't see anyone anymore.
Is that darkness
Is darkness
or
that big?
Falgo? Yes.
It is darkness.
Is darkness really that big?
15-foot
Yeah.
radius sphere. So yes, it
Jesus
is.
Christ.
Speaking as someone who has that spell.
It's a little bigger because this is the best token I got, so.
Yes.
So we're not counting those last.
Yeah, it's
Pointy squares at
everything
the end, you know.
except the edge case, but it covers
Yeah.
all of you in that square is covered by that region.
And let me see how many more folks go flying away.
I presume
Actually, by the rest of this time,
I presume
yeah.
I recognise the specifics of this spell, given that I can cast it.
Yes.
I understand the exact nature of it. Okay. Yeah, let's
Yeah,
just
I
point
know,
out...
The rest of the audience has run.
That seems fair. Did I see where it originated from? It didn't originate from anything, it just appeared from a spot, yeah?
Pretty much you feel like the drow had cast it.
Oh no, we know who
In
cast
some
it, but
particular-
they didn't cast it on an object, they cast it just on a point in space.
Yes, on a point in space.
That's how darkness works.
No, you can cast it on an object.
From a point you choose. Or if the point you choose is an object.
Yeah.
So.
Or if it was an object, we could have covered the object and the darkness would have gone away.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't an object, so that wasn't an option.
Correct.
Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Champion Challenge doesn't exactly say that I have to see the target. Is that correct?
Taking a peek here in a second. That you can see.
Why doesn't it say that in D&D Beyond?
It
It
does
says-
on the
Mhm.
full details. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you, and you're magically blind right now, effectively. You have a visual range of nothing.
That's a red.
Dark vision does not penetrate it. Magical darkness of an insufficiently high spell level will do nothing for it at all. So there is no way you can see while you're in that space, and even if you're outside, you can see nothing into it. It is a black, empty void to everyone.
I do hear things, right? And people still hear
Oh.
things?
Yeah, you can still hear. And you can still feel that you are grasping the drow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout. Dragons, heal! And me and Lisana heal 1d6 plus 1. That's the thing I can do.
Hold on one moment. Turn the tide if it has no more than half its hit points.
I believe I'm below half, aren't I?
You're at 17. That is not
I
below
am
half of
just
31.
above half. Is Lisana below half?
Mm-mm.
Lisana
They
has-
have a max of 22. Not
What
not
the
below half yet.
Fuck? Yeah, I can't see it. That's the problem.
I
Well,
mean,
I don't do that then.
that's what the darkness spells for.
That's why
I know.
I keep moving my character to the
Uh,
right so I can see her health and yours.
I can move, right?
You should
can
be
still
able to.
move.
Wait,
Yes.
everyone can see the bars, right?
It's just
Yeah.
that Frici's character icon is just sitting right on top of Lisana's
okay, yeah.
health bar, so yeah. You can still move, there's nothing to stop you moving, but because you're still grappling, it's half movement, or you'd have to let go.
do I more or less know the direction I'm walking?
Yeah, I think you could probably see that easy.
Poor choice of words there, but
so,
yeah.
so I would be able to pull the draw out.
For this drag, it seems to be that they have a bit more oomph in their step, so you might be able to. It'll have to be opposed this time.
I mean, you only have to draw a grab from one space, because the blob is bigger than the actual blob.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd only have to drag them
Just
5
5
feet
feet.
in that direction, and you'd be out of the darkness. Where you move them to is obviously relative.
Yep. So it will be opposed to athletics for this particular moment.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll pull them in this general direction.
All right. Well, let's see athletics first.
Wait for that.
Nice.
Nice.
So this is officially out, right?
That is
Yep,
officially
that's
out,
officially
correct?
out.
Yeah.
Okay. So now at least
Me and you can see
Yeah.
them. The other two are still blind as hell and can see
Mhm.
literally nothing right now.
Yep.
And was that an action at all? Yes
That
or no?
would be your movement. You still have an action. Well, I guess because he was fighting, that would have been the action, correct? So you've got your action, your move. You still got your bonus.
Okay, you know what? I don't want to die, so I'm gonna bonus action Shield of Faith. I believe I can do that. Can I? Bonus actions.
If it's a bonus action, then yeah.
Does it have
You
a
haven't.
bonus action?
You haven't cast a spell this turn, so
Yes, bonus actions Shield of Faith. I'm gonna bonus action Shield of Faith.
Does it have any somatic components? Or is it verbal only?
Jesus Christ, you're asking me something.
let's see.
It's VSM.
All for 8. Ooh, he's
Yeah,
gonna make
can
you
cast
let
that.
go.
Let's see. You have the verbal, but your hands aren't free. Therefore, you can't do the somatic.
You
is
You are gonna have-
motherfucker.
You'd have to let go of him in order to get it.
I have a question.
Hmm.
I have read somewhere, and I genuinely can't remember where. So this is entirely just a thing, a question I'm throwing out there. I'm sure I have read somewhere that if the material components of the spell are being held, which in his case is his shield, then you can use the same hand.
It's not my shield.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Well, no Shield of Faith then.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be careful with them components.
Was I right though in that if it was his shield that would have worked?
If something has a material and somatic component, you can manipulate the material and somatic components in the same hand.
So that would have worked. It's just that you're using the wrong fucking shield, Dave.
Yes.
I could let go as a free action, right?
You can let go of him at any time, yes. Like right now if you want it on your turn. Yeah.
Okay. Can I command grovel, and if it works, let him go?
Command isn't a bonus
Yeah, you
action.
can accept that, yeah. Since it is Oh,
Is it?
yeah, you
Because you used your...
I don't think
I'm really
Yeah, you
ruining
used your
everything you try to do. Sorry, Dave.
I was about to say command
It's verbal.
is an action. Yeah, it's verbal, but it's an action.
Oh, but it's a fuck
You
me.
can-
Okay, well it's the end of
You can use
It's the
compelled.
end of my
You
turn
can
then.
use compelled duel. That's a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if not, I mean, he might still go after you, but he won't go after anyone else. Which is
yeah, fair.
That's
I'll,
your
I'll,
only
u-
option.
I'll use there we go. I'll use compelled duel on it.
All right,
It's
wisdom
that
for the
or nothing.
compelled duel.
sorry. I keep shooting down everything you try to do. I feel almost bad.
Grappling messes up so
I
much, but that's a 16.
swear to God. Yeah, no. Well, that was my turn then.
Lisana. Oh boy, it's dark.
I mean, first thing I'm doing is trying to get out of the darkness.
You may move out of the darkness.
So here.
Mm-hmm.
And then can I see the
Oh,
drow
yes,
that
you can.
is-
The little nubbins on the back, you can see at the.
I want to
Yeah.
cast Hunter's Mark on it.
All right, bonus action, Hunter's Mark. Go for it.
And then shoot with the longbow.
Yep. 14 will not hit.
I tried.
Thick armor.
Yeah, it strikes me that this is a
Oh,
really
boy.
bad time to have so many attack roll based spells.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, good.
Oh, yeah, but why is he gone?
Oh, darkness. Oh, good.
I don't
Or
like
invisibility.
Also, none of us saw that he left, or nothing
Yeah.
happened. None of us can see that. You can't see through the darkness any more than you can see into it. So none of us know what just happened.
Mm-hmm. Vakhuil, you're still grappling him, right?
Yeah.
Give me an athletics check as you feel a heavy hand on your shoulder being pushed.
No.
It.
Wow.
The drow is no longer grappled, as some force pushed you away from him. Big and heavy.
Did I, like, actually get pushed away?
No, it's just the grapple is broken.
Okay.
How? Okay, no, that seems fair. Just about. That's a hefty amount of movement. It's my turn now, isn't it? Is it?
Yes, it is.
Shocking.
Quite.
I'm confused. I presumably saw the grapple release, which means I know there was something I can't see.
In the darkness.
Yeah. I sort of want to ask what happens if I cast darkness using 2 sorcery points, and it would let me see through mine, but it wouldn't let me see through theirs, and I know it wouldn't let me see through theirs.
Yeah.
I sort of really want to try it anyway, just to see what happens.
It's one of those weird overlap situations where please don't do this to me.
I will cast darkness
You'd be
using
screwing over your entire team.
Yeah, there's also that because like I get to see through it, you guys don't. But no, I'm not going to do that. If I'll tell you what I DM'd Rocky once we finish this fight because it would have been funny. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing. Bonus action, resummon the sword, launch it non-lethally at the this one again.
Yep.
Yeah. Based on how much damage
Could
it's
we
doing to me,
not, please?
It seems to be that this is a very quick and adept drow.
based on how much damage it did to me,
Yeah, I'm
probably wouldn't have been lethal either way.
valid. I start at this point, make the point of saying it out loud. Try to take it, take one alive. Because that seems like the sort of thing I should say, and end a turn.
At that point, I will be moving away from the darkness and
If we hit it, by the way, it might drop concentration on the darkness, just saying. Because we haven't successfully hit it since it cost that.
That is correct.
potentially yes.
Potentially. We have to actually fucking hit it first.
That is the
No,
point,
I'm
yes.
trying.
We're working on it.
Wait, where did I start from?
You started
Ah.
from here.
I mean, practically can move from any
Yeah, you've moved
towards
like
anywhere
15
at this
feet.
point, but first I should be in range to cast Cure Wounds at Lisana. Let me find it.
Side note, apparently the entire city watch are off having dinner or something today.
For healing on the Lisana.
And I think that should be full. Or more, apparently.
Nearly.
And I should be able to also cast Healing Word as it's a bonus action, right?
It is also a leveled spell. Can't cast two leveled spells. When you cast 2 spells in a turn, one must be a cantrip.
That's fair, that's the Cure Wounds is a spell.
Correct.
Well,
Wouldn't it be good if there
you
was
have to wait.
actually healing cantrips as opposed to not?
Yeah, right.
That would be a little broken.
Really?
would be.
That hadn't occurred to me.
At which point,
Yeah, it would be very broken.
indeed, I'll be ending my turn here.
Alright.
And shouting into all this. Hold out a
Yeah,
little longer.
If that Kryn runs into the darkness, I don't even get my reaction. Can't see it, so I can't react.
There might be an interpretation as to the fact that you could see it technically when it was leaving your range. Oh no, because it
Yeah,
would.
but
Darkness.
no,
Yeah,
No, because you
I
wouldn't.
don't
'cause-
see it leave my range.
No, you wouldn't have. No. Yeah. No.
yeah,
You
no.
wouldn't.
But isn't darkness starting from here, from 5 feet from the?
Yeah, but
thing?
if it moves there, which is inside the darkness, it's still within his range, and by the time it moves there, he can't see it anymore.
Wait, here is the.
You've got this is the center of the darkness right there, and it's a 15-foot radius in every direction. Snaps to the center.
Oh, there. Yeah, it's here, not
So,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. My mistake. That's 10 feet, not 15 feet.
Yeah, so the moment he goes one to the right, he's gone.
Yeah, and what you see is he actually jumps up a little, reaches up a hand, seems to grab something invisible, hover in the air for a little bit, and he's dragged into the darkness. You then hear a very high-pitched sound,
Sounds familiar.
and there is a odd little section of a flash in the darkness before the darkness itself dissipates.
Oh, fuck me. I couldn't do it.
I feel like I know what spell it was, and yet I also, because it's on my spell list, but it's also 2 levels above my current spell level, so I also don't know. I will.
Since we're out of combat, can I go over to
Mhm.
people and cast Cure Wounds?
That you can.
No, don't have to. I'm lay on hands myself.
Don't worry,
Oh,
Dave's
yes, of
touching
course.
himself.
That works.
Yeah,
It's
people don't wanna
how
go there
many
with
is it?
deciding.
14. It's 14. So
Mhm.
instead of a bunch of small dragons coming out of my shield, one big dragon comes up and pretty much walks straight into my chest.
And as things wind up, it does seem to be that, some soldiers have finally come around, but
I dropped Disguise Self at some point. Oh, hold on. No, hold on. No, Disguise Self isn't concentration, okay. I was going to
correct.
say, because otherwise it would have dropped as soon as I cast Shadowblade like an hour ago. Yeah, Actually, that's the point. Can I technically drop it early? It doesn't say specifically
Yeah.
that I can.
yeah, pretty
Yes,
much any spell that you have on yourself, you can end an effect early.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, I end that and Shadowblade. I will drop concentration on that as well. For reasons.
Yeah, guards start to get here, but the damage has already been done.
Would you like me to go find your actual equipment? I'd say that's dwarf.
No.
So, guards arrive, and the morale pals have been killed.
Paladins don't get divine interventions, do they?
No.
Should have taken levels in cleric.
And you need 10 levels of cleric to boot.
Do you? Oh, okay. Oh no,
yeah,
you
that's...
do. I thought it was like 7 or something.
Nope, 10.
Anyway,
But it seems to be that, well, this is definitely very poor news. We'll see to getting them set away, but something doesn't feel quite right. If you'd like to investigate, maybe gather your own little bit of information on what's going on here, you're free to.
I love how I just immediately trust us.
Well, they're the ones who actually fought against them when they saw it,
Yeah, that's fair. Except Dave, because he was just using the toy weapons.
Well, he grappled, so, there was an effort to keep the thing still.
It's fine. I'm just winding him up. Yeah, we don't know where they came from. just assume they were, you know, performers, and then they weren't.
No, they weren't. Might be a good idea for, well, I hate to say it, but they weren't the performers who were supposed to be there.
What?
And
What happened to the actual performers?
they're currently sort of recovering in. I'm trying to find the correct word for it.
Morgue.
No, not a morgue. Pretty much, you know, they're at the apothecary. They only just recently came round. They were in their rooms, and well, something happened. If you'd like to go give them some questions, that's up to you.
Might be useful, I suppose.
I have a question for you, Rocky.
Hmm.
I know you're trying to push us to do this. I'm asking you, is this seen as an attack on the Empire, or more closely said, is this seen as an attack on the monoliths?
Given that it happened in Blade Garden, as opposed to Grimgalir, and that Tim and Tem were not monoliths, they were just entertainers for the Empire, it is more of a shot at the Empire.
So technically, I wouldn't necessarily care.
The Grimgalir has an alliance,
Okay.
an equal part share. They are a part of the Empire as equals, you know.
Independent. I forget the terms of the thing when I was reading it, but they basically negotiated functional independence.
Mm-hmm. While still being a part of the Empire, so.
Yeah.
So technically, I don't care. Because it's not.
It's part of the Empire at large, of which the monoliths are a part of.
On a personal level, you probably don't care. But
Personal level, probably,
on
but you know.
on an official level, you might be required to care. On an official level.
I'm more asking is if I'm required to care by my oath.
Well, let's see. What does your oath require? That is the question.
I don't remember what it said.
The tenets.
You did write this down somewhere, right, Dave?
It's on D&D Beyond.
Law, loyalty, courage, and responsibility.
Yeah, so I am required to care.
So Dave's going to investigate first of us three-man party.
I mean, I'm gonna help investigate. Lisana's gonna be taking this kind of personally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then, so...
Where's the apothecary?
Yeah, that's what we were last up
do
to,
the
is we should probably
investigate.
talk to them.
Yes, they were able to point you in the correct direction for this.
Cool.
Well, I will get my equipment first and get rid of this god-awful look.
Mm-hmm.
I will... I mean, first question, how long has it been since we arrived now? It's been half a day, I think it had been. It was something like we arrived at noon, I want to say. I probably
And the you know, combat thing was sort of, you know, after sunset, so...
Several hours. And as far as we're aware, Tim Tam have been basically spending their entire time preparing for this, so they haven't really been doing anything else.
Correct.
Cool. I will go to the backstage area and do a thorough search for anything. I'm going to say, firstly, anything of just generic value. As a general, I like shinies. but more primarily, I don't know about primarily, but equally, priorities. Equally, anything that indicates they were anything other than exactly what they appeared. Anything that indicated they were anything other than just a bunch of crazy halflings who like to go around cheering up soldiers, and anything other than they were a convenient target for morale type. Anything like that, basically.
Then let's have an investigation check.
I totally didn't see that one coming. +1, and I'll roll a... Okay.
You don't find really any valuables. This looks to be, a full-on charity case. They get their meals and, a lot of their repairs and everything that they do. This is, a project out of duty to country and patriotism. After that,
I
you
am
just
confused by
see...
this.
I want to ask the guards how famous Tim and Tem are.
The Morale Pals are known relatively well. They actually have been traveling around for some years performing their escapades and acts. And, usually, if here they do more mock battles, but in other places there's other sort of more acrobatic stunts or song, dance, whatever, fits the audience more at the area.
Is it primarily for soldiers?
Primarily for soldiers, yes, because it is morale.
I asked the guards. Was it known that they would be performing here before, like, this afternoon when we arrived?
Well, of course we would know. That's how we were able to, have materials ready for the stage to be built and have our own, performers ready to be able to participate.
Imagine not having performers all the time. Jeez. Okay. Thank you.
Guys, there might be another problem.
You forgot to go to the party?
No, they probably knew they were on the cart. They remembered that Mikol said it was weird they attacked us.
So there's more to this.
That would mean that they were watching.
That would mean someone in the monoliths, or someone in the monoliths talked.
That would make sense.
Before we go to the apothecary, can we please go talk to Mikul? I say that to the group, by the way.
I'm
fine with this.
I just shrug.
If there's information we need from him, it's better to ask now so we have everything beforehand.
I'm assuming there's a monolith station here, so we'll go there.
You're not like world police.
Well, I'm assuming since the monoliths are here, there's a special place where the monoliths go.
Well, they're a bunch of dwarves. You'd probably find them at a tavern area.
Well, we'll go to a pub and find McCall.
I love the way you say we'll go to a pub and find McCall. It doesn't matter which pub you go to; he will be there.
No, we'll find him.
Schrodinger's dwarf.
Yep.
In fairness, he probably will be at the first one we walk into because it's probably the closest one.
No, not the closest one, but he would be at the pub, which would be closer to the exit gate. So, moving in and out, he's not, he's more, helping out with sort of transport as his job, helping with carts and caravans and all that.
So are we at Tim and Tem right now?
What?
Sorry, at Mikul right now?
As we're walking over, I'm assuming it's taking a couple of minutes or so at least.
Mm-hmm.
I draw Lisana slightly aside. Question. Before you introduced me to the other two, how how well did you know the dwarf?
We had just met.
Okay. Thank you. I just
Feeling a bit overwhelmed?
I don't. It's. I feel like we can probably trust him, but if the monoliths are corrupt, and we watched him take to take that oath. I wonder what he would do if he was told to.
I think we'll be okay. I think we can trust him.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's it. I'm done.
All right. Well, thankfully, like I said, you would find him at the sort of tavern area that is close to the gates, given that he's mostly, guard and transport kind of guy.
For the first time, you're gonna see Vakhuil visibly angry, and I'm gonna slam my hand on either the table or the wherever he's sitting, and say, "Who are Tim and Tem?"
Tim? Why, they're the morale pals.
I stay back near the entrance. I'm getting nowhere near them.
Then why did two assassins come and kill them and not us?
Let's see. Two halflings known to brighten the spirits of soldiers through their funny quips, their banter, their flips, their antics, thus giving the soldiers a laugh in a point of time where it is very, very hard to laugh. What would happen if that little spark of joy was snuffed out?
Okay, that's fair. Now can you tell me how they knew they were on the cart?
That's a tough question. I wouldn't know how they'd know they'd been on the cart. That was relatively kept quiet, and the only way that, there is ideas of where they're going are some very, very private missives.
That's
How
something
likely
that
is
needs
it
to be
that those were
investigated.
intercepted?
Say again? Oh yes, interception. Oh boy, yeah. So if someone was able to get wind of that, then they'd have been able to plan accordingly. So something went up apparently with the mail then. Yeah. Is there anything else, Little Mountain, or are you gonna toss a little boulder on the table again?
I probably shouldn't fuck with Nicole, actually. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say I'm sorry. I just don't like when I try to protect people and it doesn't work.
Aye, well, as much as you can, you try to protect who you can, but sometimes things are out of reach. That's why you've got to keep growing, and you can't grow complacent, and you can't grow dark. If you see yourself fail once, you swear you'll try harder, and that it won't happen again.
Is there anything we know about the Kryn assassins around these parts? Do the monoliths know anything about that?
What Kryn assassins?
Just Kryn assassins in general.
Oh, you mean the
Well,
one that lives down the street?
It's a case that, they don't. They're very surprising. They strike quick, but as you've seen, they use poison. They use darkness, the cover of night. They use times of their advantage. Apparently they're very sneaky, and they had a plan to retreat once their objective was done. So you can tell that they are organized, efficient, but most of all, deadly.
Also, just to slightly point out, they didn't kill us or try and kill us, which means they were perfectly happy to leave with witnesses once, the actual targets were done. If they wanted to, they would have killed all of us, which would have been really inconvenient. Just
apparently, witnesses was an important part of this.
Yeah. Especially watching soldiers fail to protect them.
And seeing and having folks see that the morale pals were dead. Multiple eyewitness accounts of that.
Okay, I'm ready to go talk to the people at Apothecary. Actually, I'm gonna walk over to Pelaios and say, I think you do the rest of the talking because I am angry today.
That sounds fair. You had your way with words.
Motherfucker, this this seems to happen a lot. Maybe it's past sunset. You said, didn't you?
Yes.
May make a suggestion. It's late anyway, and we're never going to catch the assassins. Maybe we should take a night's rest first, and this also gives the injured more time to recover and maybe remember more of what happened.
We should probably do shifts for watch just in case.
Well, they're not out to kill us. They're not interested in us. They made that very fucking clear.
No, but there are more actors around. More people that boost.
They weren't interested in us when it was public. They got what they wanted. We inconvenienced them.
The question is, are we sure they're the only ones that we're after in this town?
Yeah, no, but the guards know that there's assassins around, which they know anyway. So there's not much we can do about it.
I think the point is safety for safety's sake.
Yeah.
Dave just wants to spend all his time drinking.
Does Vakhuil have anything at all? No. I mean, listen, if we all take the same room, you can just stay within how many feet of me?
Did it specify a distance?
Now, the thing is, doesn't that feature only specifically work while you are conscious?
No.
No.
What are we looking at here?
Warhammer of Warning. Magical weapon warns you of danger of weapons on your person. You
Oh
have
yeah, I think
advantage
it's
on
within
initiative
30
rolls.
feet, I think.
You and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. A
Okay,
weapon
yeah.
magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins. Which is a
Yeah.
very
So-
interesting wording there, when combat begins, I'll just throw out there, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
so if everyone stays within 30 feet of me, you will wake up if there's danger.
That's at least adjacent rooms, I would guess, because 30 feet's
Yeah.
big for inn or pub
Yeah.
or tavern, whatever. Which one's technically the right
Yeah.
one? Inn, I suppose, isn't it?
Inn
Technically.
would be rooms, tavern would be drinks. Tavern just happens to be, have drinks.
Mm.
Of the adult beverage variety.
So we technically, as long as I have this hammer, we don't need to have night watch. We can just sleep, and the hammer will wake us up.
Yeah, but that's once combat begins. If you
Yeah,
wanted to
But
catch
that's a
something
case of
before
that's
that,
a case
yeah.
of we've all rolled initiative, and you've just been stabbed through the throat, and the rest of us immediately wake up. But it doesn't matter because the tank's just died. There are limits to. I mean, there are
It's
limits.
a case of
It's not
I
how it-
believe
it's not how it works.
the wording is once combat begins, i.e. before that strike.
That's fair, but
Uh,
you get my
yeah.
point, though.
Mhm.
It's not quite as soon as anyone comes near us who we don't trust. It's
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much everyone would want to be in... The weapon of warning has everything in position already, while having someone on watch would mean, possibly catching something before everything gets in position, That sort of deal. Pretty much it just stops you from having surprise happen, more than anything else. But, that said, it's up to y'all on how you arrange and sleep and stuff.
I don't know necessarily. Maybe if we will need a watch, but I wouldn't be against it.
I can probably keep watch for a while.
You barely sleep, do you?
I only need 4 hours of rest after all, yeah?
Elfie trancy thing.
On which note,
Mhm.
Frici has literally just volunteered himself for watch duty for the rest of the campaign.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
pretty much.
You think so?
Well, someone
That's
still
how it
has to watch during his trance.
Oh yeah, he
so,
can't
yeah.
watch the entire night, but
I will literally watch for 4 hours. Me and Belanor knew each other already, so I trust Belanor the most. So I'm gonna sit watch while Belanor trances.
All right.
cool. And I just go to bed.
Mhm. So that time and day will move until the next sunrise.
None of us get stabbed. We all get a long rest.
Yep. Long rest, yes.
I like long rest. Long rest is good. And
Quite.
just immediately subtract 1 spell slot because mage armor
Mm-hmm.
is definitely a thing.
So, next day.
Indeed.
I'm gonna have an extra ale at my breakfast.
Breakfast ale.
Like, normally I only have 2. This time I'm having 3.
Oh boy.
What effect
one
does
of
the
those
intoxication effect have? No. Not that it's
It's
ever
remorse.
going to attack. Not that it's ever going to affect him. Yeah, but it's like...
Besides, it's just a
It's
breakfast
a
ale.
dwarf.
It's not that high in alcohol.
That's fair. At some point, we need to make him drink enough that he does actually get intoxicated, just because it'll be hilarious.
Fun fact, there is certain dwarven alcohol that will knock all of you guys out in one shot, and has a 50% chance to knock me out in one shot.
Gotta love that stuff.
You can have 10. We'll watch.
New day. Where are you going?
Oh, I presume we're going to the apothecary, because
Yeah.
that thing.
Alright, well, sort of sit in sort of a little recovery room, just pretty much like a sort of guest area, are just a half orc and sort of a very short human. Both looking sort of still relatively rattled, but they're like deep bags under their eyes, looking exhausted.
On the assumption that I'm going to be bullied into doing the talking again.
Yes.
So, is there a chair I can sit on so I'm slightly more on my level, on the assumption we're both lying in beds?
There are stools, and they're both kind of sitting up.
That'll do. Well, that'll bring people lying in a bed from 6'1" tiefling down to approximately the same level.
I'm on the same level already.
Yeah, you don't need to sit down. They might be taller than you, actually, in the bed and sitting up. They might be above your head height. Hi. We understand you are the actors that were supposed to be participating on in the performance yesterday. I suppose when were you recruited? Did you notice anything? Tell us the whole story, please.
The half orc sort of just gives a bit of a nod, sort of fixing his jaw as sort of the tusks sort of at the corner of his mouth sort of readjust, as it just seems like he looks like he's sore all over. Well, pretty much me and him were getting ready, just doing a little bit of slow sparring, just making sure that we were spry and ready for the day and it's all. And that's just gotta keep light. That's just mostly all the dress armor and all that. Had our stuff ready, got everything ready, all the props and all that. But I think it happened to me first. You tell them what you saw. Oh, well, what I saw, it got dark all of a sudden, and there was just a thump, and I heard a thump, and then I felt a thump, and it hurt the head. It hurt my head a bit. Hurt my head a good bit. And then I felt a sting right in the middle of my back. And then it was dark, but then it went dark,
Yeah. Yeah. I think pause for a moment and basically think it through. Because I haven't thought through what I'm about to say yet. And then I knew what I was going to say. A minute and just vanished from my head.
There goes the train right off the rails. Choo choo.
Yep, pretty much. When they were in Blade Garden, were you regular participants or?
The half orc will not. Yeah, we did this often. Because we're a little bit we got the right size for everything, and we got the boys for it. We usually practice a lot of lines. It's kind of fun to do this every once in a while, sort of
It gives us a bit of a reason to get out of some of the training days, you know.
That makes sense. Did you ever notice? I suppose I don't imagine that you did probably. Did you notice anything? Anyone following you or around the backstage area before things?
Oh no, I don't think we ever even made it backstage. We were sort of in one of the open rooms, sort of in the buildings nearby. Just that was sort of our little practice area, just so we had a lot of space to move, so we didn't show off and all that. So I suppose what happened is well, we'd gotten the letters just a couple days before this, so no, not a couple days, like about a week before this, So we had plenty of time to know what was going on. We had time, so we were able to, get some practice in since we got the extra. As usual, we got the letter early, and it's already been read since that's how the procedure goes. Just make sure everything's all right and good.
Okay. I look at the others because I've run out of ideas to say.
Can I see whether any of them, are they currently well? Are they healed? Do they look healed up, or does it look like they still might be a little bit poisoned?
They still look. They look like they're recovering. It's just they're probably suffering exhaustion after the effects of the poison. So not poisoned, but recovering still from whatever had been done to them. So specifically, it may have been just something to knock them out specifically.
Okay. Can you tell us exactly what room you guys were in so we can investigate that place?
They sort of give you a small description of sort of, a nearby building to where the stage was being built. That sort of, it was an open sort of training area. So, it open room, but, enclosed, but still private enough. So, probably where specific private teachings for things, etc. Spare room,
They didn't say anything. You just got knocked out.
No, it's just it went dark, and I don't know. There may have been something, but I definitely didn't understand it myself. It was just sounds and words that I didn't hear.
Thank you. Other questions? I don't know if there's anything more for now. Perhaps. I stand up and Rob sort of makes some sort of general motion to leave, pending anyone else.
Yeah. They sort of, the human just sort of gives them a sorry, we couldn't be of too much help. I mean, that's about all we really could do.
You've given us some new leads, so
yeah.
There's that. Thank you.
Sad that it happened. That's gonna make everyone a little bit sad about that.
I'm gonna give them both 1 gold for thank you for helping us.
Oh well,
I know it's not much, but it's all I can do right now.
It's fine. It's fine. And with that, it seems like there's not a lot that's going on, so things were opened. And the room itself you saw relatively open, just one window in, one door in, another door leading to the main building.
relatively secure place, so whatever happened, it seemed to be a very tied up job. So whatever this was, it was planned and executed however it was wanted.
Almost as if they're trained
Oh.
assassins.
As if they were trained, and it just seems to be this was one of the casualties of what happens when war is on the mind of both countries.
0 leads, nothing to do.
Well, all your leads point to ways
Grin,
that you can't
yeah.
exactly pursue. Yeah, it seems to be that
Yeah.
it played out just how they pleased.
It's the assassins. Well, even if I suppose if we could catch them, I don't imagine they seem too professional to ever say anything. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything really that we can do.
I hate to say it, but it seems you're right.
Seem to be.
And so that's really about that, how it can be done. And that leaves us with it's just an open end and a bit of a tragic time. No, do not bite my cord, kitty. Do not eat my headphone cord. That is a bad kitty. As I have a cat who wanted up in my lap.
And we've discovered BBEG.
Yeah. Only against headphones. But that will be about where we may have to leave it for the evening.
Is that in the monster manual? Cat has advantage against all cables.
Could be.
It's a DM ruling.
An additional +5 on its standard plus whatever.